Hello everybody and welcome back to the Legend of Dragoon. My name's Cody. In the last episode we entered the Lost City Xenobatos and then promptly left so that we could go shopping and visit some 10,000-year-old ghosts. So there's these towers of the Dragoons. There's 7 of them, but of course Rose is still alive, so that tower's empty. Zeeg is still alive, so that tower's empty. And Shirley we met in Disc 1. She wasn't around here. So there's 4 more Dragoons out of the 7 whose spirits are trapped in these towers. And we're going to need to defeat them to put their souls to rest. And they all have pretty different personalities. They all share, for example, this guy, Kanzas. He's going to be able to use all of Hashel's Dragoon spells and Dragoon additions. But as you can see, his personality isn't quite the same. He's a bit bloodthirstier. He just loves fighting. You know, he's less disciplined than Hashel is. And you're going to see a few differences and similarities between each of the Dragoons, each of the ancient Dragoons compared to the current ones. This guy, well, you know, he uses his fists. He's a thunder element, etc. But the difference is, yeah, he's like a bloodthirsty version of Hashel. So we're going to start off the fight with him trying to attack Dart. It's not going to go very well for him because I gave Dart both the Armor of Legend and the Legend Cask. So whether it's magic or physical, he's going to dodge half of the attacks and not take much damage from the remaining ones. So that's, you know, I like this angle better. So that's going to be, Dart is going to be our killer in this battle, because I've taken out Meru because I want to focus on a primarily physical battle in this one. Because we've got a few coming up. There's a few that work a lot better. Ooh, look at that. So yeah, these are all this is one of Hashel's spells. You probably don't recognize it because I never use Hashel's spells because I prefer to just use his additions. Also, I never use Hashel. But ouch. Ouch, guy. I don't know what your deal is, but that is, yeah, that's looking a bit dangerous. So, all right, we're gonna start with a Blazing Dynamo. Blazing Dynamo is currently probably the strongest thing we have in the entire game. Because, well, apart from like the Psych Bomb, the strongest addition we have in the game right now, because it is a fully trained up version of it. Dart has mastered all of his additions at this point. So he has this ultimate sword, and he has his additions mastered, and that's why he can deal 1,200 damage in one attack. For reference, Albert's Blossom Storm or Rose Storm Dance or whatever, I forget what it's called. Look, you know, whatever that is currently dealing about 1,000, and though it still has room to grow. But yeah, Dart's the strongest member of our party right now, so that's why we're going to use Power Up on him, which should take it up from 1,200 to more like 1,700, I imagine, if it goes anything like, you know, if it's a 50% like I'm thinking it might be. Let's find out. Oh, 1,800, yeah, that's right. So it was a straight 50% upgrade, because it was 1,200, became 1,800, that makes sense. This guy, he sure likes trying to take on Albert. Albert took a lot less from that, because that was a physical attack. And Albert's physically defensive, but he takes 2,200 damage from Thunder God apparently. As long as he doesn't use Thunder Dragon on Albert, we should be all set. Actually, no, he can one-hit KO Albert right now, I think, actually. So we should better be a little bit careful. in regards to that. Here we go. Yeah, you try and attack Dart. You keep attacking Dart, please. Please attack Dart, actually. I think there's actually an item, a repeatable item which lets you make them attack your character specifically. I might have sold it or something at some point in like disc 1 because I didn't use it much. But yeah, when you start getting the Armor of Legends and stuff, that becomes very helpful. Meanwhile, Dart is going to take out this guy largely on his own. I'm gonna switch Albert into Dragoon form for a couple of reasons. First, he keeps nearly getting taken out. And secondly, we really need his Rose Storm to halve damage for the next 3 turns.
Rose Storm!
I think I might start cutting out some of these spell animations when we start seeing them a lot, because they take like 30 seconds and they're the same every time. Well, let's get in some good old martial arts against this fist guy. Let's see if he responds to the challenge. What are you doing? Oh no, what are you doing? Okay, no, I think that's just Thunder Kid. That's Atomic Mind, which is electrical type. I'm not sure if Hashel even takes half damage from that. I think he does. Because Thunder Element's a bit different than other elements because it doesn't have an opposite element. Yeah, here we go. Kanzas is in the yellow already. And we're going to get him with one more 1800 before that power-up wears off. And now this is his dragon. This is the Thunder Dragon. Oh, he's going to use it on Dart, thank goodness. All of Hashel's spells, and by extension Kanzas's, a single target. And this is the Thunder Dragon spell. I don't think I've shown it off because he hasn't gotten it yet. But this is what it is. That was the most dramatic miss in history. Alright, so yeah, we've, you know... Whoa! I was gonna say we're doing pretty well for ourselves, but then, of course, I messed it up for myself by saying that. You know, there's... Jeez, look, I messed it up for myself. I really jinxed myself right there by talking about it at all. As if this was over or nearly over, because it's not. He still has the chance to take out, if he uses that dragon spell again or something, except on Albert. Hashel's relatively safe because they're same element, and Dart's pretty safe because I've put all of our most expensive gear on him. But Albert's still a bit under magic defensed. So this guy's under 33%. I'm going to use this with Hashel. Usually I'd use it with Meru, but we don't have any good magic users in the party right now. So it's going to do less than it usually does, but it's still going to be a considerable amount. It's probably more than Hashel would have done by additions, I'm not sure. Hello. What's this one? What's this spell? Oh, this is Thunder God. Yeah, that was the spell that did 2200 damage to Albert, so it seems like Albert's just particularly particularly magically defensively weak because that was a huge amount that Albert, huge amount of damage that Albert took. Alright, come on, we're so close. We're so close to defeating this Kanzas. Here we go. Yeah, I'm just going to cut out some of the repeats of these spells. Alright, let's finish you off. This may or may not be the end for you. But it would be nice if it was, because I just said I'll finish you off. There we go. Yeah, that's right. Hit your head into the ground because we are here with the victory. And we get, well, 6,000 XP for one thing. And also the Violet Stone, which I think does something like reduces damage from thunder type attacks, etc. I was surprised when you joined the campaign by being persuaded by Shirley. But after all, it was to kill? Yes, that's right, but it wasn't the only reason. I thought the nobleness of Shirley, which I could never have, would take me somewhere I could otherwise never know. Some bright place I couldn't know, so even after death, I've been looking for that place. And it's all ruins again. He has been successfully sent to the afterlife. Exorcised, I guess, but that makes it sound like he's haunting the place, when it's not quite like that. Though I guess he is. I guess, look, he is a ghost who's haunting the place. I guess that is technically a very good description. So if I head down here, this isn't... Look, this part isn't what I wanted to show you. Alright, so if you head down here, Shirley has gone, but, you know, she's still... Every time you come down here, Shirley's healing power still manages to give you a bit of a heal, so that's nice of her. In the next episode, we're going to be taking on the next Ancient Dragoon. I will see you then.